Have you ever stopped to think about the hidden messages tucked away inside your daily habits? Today, we're going to unpack this really fascinating idea called unintentional metonymy. It's all about how the simple, everyday things we do, like making that first cup of coffee or going for a walk, can actually be a symbol for our deepest needs and values.
So let's get right into it, the message in a habit. To kick things off, I've got a question for you that really gets to the heart of this whole thing.
And I mean, really think about it for a second. That morning coffee ritual you have, or maybe the specific way you organize your desk, or even the route you always take home. These aren't just random things you do. They're signals. And as you're about to see, they might be saying a lot more about you than you even realize.
A story of stability. To see how this plays out in real life, let's dive into a personal story from the source material that centers on two super relatable habits.
Okay, so the author's daily life is really built on these two simple but pretty powerful habits: working out and making money. On the surface, that seems incredibly straightforward, right? But the real magic here isn't what they do, it's why. It's about what these habits have come to represent.
And this is where it gets really interesting. From the outside, you might look at that routine and think, well, it's a little basic, maybe even kind of boring. But for the person actually living it, these habits are the very foundation for stability, for peace of mind, and for real, genuine self-care.
And that is such a critical point. We live in a world that's just obsessed with chasing the next big thrill, the next exciting thing. This kind of routine, it's like a quiet rebellion. The whole goal isn't a constant high. It's a deep, reliable sense of contentment. It's about building a life you don't feel like you need to escape from.
The smallest doorway. So how does this actually happen? I mean, how does a simple action like going to the gym transform into something so profound like peace of mind? The source material just nails this idea with a perfect metaphor. It really captures that huge hidden potential that's lurking inside our smallest, most ordinary choices.
So think about it this way. That small choice to go for a run or to put just a little money aside, that's the small doorway. But walk through it consistently, and you find yourself in these massive rooms of self-respect, security, and inner calm. What looks so minor on the surface can have this truly life-changing power.
Unintentional metonymy. Now, believe it or not, there's actually a name for this whole phenomenon, and it comes from the world of language. It's this concept called unintentional metonymy.
So first, let's just make sure we're on the same page. Metonymy is basically when we use a word to stand in for a bigger idea it's associated with. We actually do this all the time. We say Hollywood when we mean the whole film industry, or we talk about the crown when we're referring to the monarchy. It's just a linguistic shortcut.
And here is the big aha moment. Our habits can become these real-life metonyms. The physical act of working out, that's not really the end goal. It becomes a tangible stand-in, a symbol, for a much deeper, abstract feeling, the feeling of stability.
And this breaks it down perfectly. You start with the habit itself, say working out. Over time, that habit becomes a stand-in for something much bigger. And that bigger thing is the deeper meaning you're really after. In this case, stability. The action literally becomes the symbol.
What does your routine say? Okay, so this brings us right back to where we started. But now we have this powerful new way of looking at things, so let's apply it to our own lives.
So let's go back to that very first question. That daily walk you take, is it just about getting your steps in, or has it become a metonym for clarity and quiet? The way you meticulously plan out your week, is that just about being organized, or is it a metonym for control and peace? It's a fascinating question to think about. What are your routines a metonym for?